There's so many things to pick up here. I do want to talk about Depay, I want to talk about Gakpo, but I also want to mention Virgil van Dijk because of this little argument he's having with the great Marco van Basten. Have you been reading about this?
No.
Van Basten questioned his form and is saying that he's leading nothing. And then, I don't know why, Van Dijk decided to respond, maybe because it's Marco van Basten. What do you make of his form, Virgil van Dijk, for club or country this year?
Yeah, since his bad injury, he's not the same anymore. He looks not that he's the absolute leader in Liverpool, even here in the national team. Of course, he's a top defender, but he was stronger before the injury, yeah. I hope he can find his top form because the Netherlands, they need him because he's normally one of the best centre backs in the world if he's in top form. But at the moment he's struggling with Liverpool, and even the game against Ecuador he looked not good. You know,
okay.
He was.
Let me give you the Marco van Basten quote. He said, Van Dijk is just waiting and watching him shoot. He's referring to the Enna Valencia goal. What is he looking at? He needs to be on top of him. He just lets him shoot. He doesn't take the lead. He takes care of nothing in the team. He makes a sound, but he doesn't say anything. This is what he does. I mean, those are harsh words.
Harsh words, but a lot of truth in it. Yeah?
Listen, they're harsh words, but at the end of the day, we as ex-players and pundits have a job to do, and you are entitled to say what you see. Players now with social media it's so much easier access to whoever you want to speak to, or the media is very, very open and the floor is free. But I think from a player's point of view, I think you keep your counsel, you do your talking on the pitch. There's so many pundits, there's so many ex-players now. You see the panel, the World Cup panel that we've got here, it's absolutely glittering ray of talent, myself excluded, obviously. But we have an opinion, and that's all it is, it's an opinion. People at home, people who watch it on the television, football fans now are very, very much educated, far more educated than they ever were. They don't need us to sit here and say, well, that wasn't very good, that wasn't very good. They want to see an insight, a different angle. So a pundit's view is a pundit's view. For a player to get involved and comment back to a pundit, there's no need. Just do your talking on the pitch. Do
you want to know his response, Van Dijk's response? He said this, I don't think he's ever positive, so what am I supposed to do with it? It's easy to talk from the studio. Me failing as a captain, what do you want me to do with that info? I'm always up front. I always lead the team the best way possible.
Was he put a question to? Was he asked the question?
He was asked about it post-match.
Well, that's maybe different then. I think if you're in a press conference or a post-match interview and you're asked a direct question, then you have a right to reply. You reply to the question. That's a different situation. But as far as challenging pundits, challenging ex-players, listen, there's so many of us that sit now and comment on games, and if you were there as a player and you're scrolling through all media, all newspapers, all articles, you won't be in a very happy place because not everybody's going to be nice about you, and you have to be honest.
Yeah, and this is what I don't understand. Why did young players, he's still a young player, why they do so much social media? Put this away, because it makes you mad. If you read all the comments, that's what Robo said. There's not everything nice. There's so many bad things there, and just focus on your performance. This is the only thing what you can do. If you go in a fight with Van Basten, if you go in a fight with Robinson, Barber, you will lose because you're not focused on your performance. And if he is smart enough, and I believe he's smart, just focus on your performance, because still he's a good defender. But he was an outstanding defender. And maybe this is the reason why he got criticized, because he showed us a different Virgil van Dijk. And now he has to come to this last step, and if he's not focused on it, then he never will come.
Okay.
But I believe if he starts believing Van Gaal, if the results come in, so then we will see Van Dijk in a best performance.